Alright, we have the Eye Guy. 2 packets of cards. Picked these up from my LDS. This one I picked up a few days ago and forgot about it. Oddly enough, I just put it in my work PC bag and went away from there. Let's see what's in this one. This is the one I picked up today. This is the one I know what it is. There's only 2 cards. Don't get too excited. But I'll show you what I'll do with them right after, so I'll be quick. Oh, no. This... Huh. Okay, so this is the one I did pick up. So this is Mr. Foxglove. 2 green, white, blue. Legendary Fox Rogue. Didn't I already show this guy? Did I pick up a second one? I think I already showed this guy in another mail call. Anyway, so he's a 3/5 life-linking Fox Rogue. Whenever he attacks, draw cards equal number of cards in defending player's hand minus number of cards in your hand. If you didn't draw cards this way, you may put a creature card from your hand on the battlefield. Win-win. Sounds like fun. He's banned, so where would I use him? Okay, my banned deck is enchantment, so he's not an enchantment creature, he wouldn't work there. I could put him into Kenrith. He could fit there. Or maybe I should build a whole deck around him. Anyway, he's kind of cool, and if this is my second one, which oddly enough it could be, I'll give it to my daughter. She'll like it. Alright, so here's what I picked up today. 2 Walls of Omen, 2 Walls of Stall. And you think, you play Commander, where the hell did you get those? What's wrong with you? It's kind of hard to see the art in this. Yeah, I guess you can see it there. These are kind of neat. These are the quadruple special Burn Your Walnut Master versions. So 1 in a white, 0/4 defending wall. When it enters battlefield, draw a card. So I've got my Death and Taxes deck, and it's not quite. Basically, I went online a few years ago, and I started building some modern decks that I thought were fun, thought would be cool to play, and I built this one. I didn't follow the recipe exactly, and it's clunky. It doesn't play very well. So I'm going to put it back to what it's supposed to be, more or less. I'll probably keep a couple cards because I can't just help myself from fucking with things. Like her. She was in a winning deck. I think it took 8th place. But I'm going to change this up and put it back to a deck list closer to one of the actual tournament winning deck lists. Somebody that had a lot more time to play than I do, a lot more experience with the deck. They originally built it. They tested the shit out of it. They placed number 8 in a major tournament. I hardly ever play. I didn't place that high in a tournament in years. I won't say how many years. It's been some years. So what am I supposed to take out? Right. So the Archons of Mary come out. These Fields of Ruin come out. I'll show you why. The Walls of Omen need to go in. Here's what I need to put in. So these 2 go on the sideboard. Phyrexian Revoker. 2 for a 2/1 horrific artifact creature. Enters play, name a non-land card. Activate abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated. Okay, those are going to be sideboard. These 2 need to go in the main. So I need to run 4 Restoration Angels according to the recipe I've got over my keyboard up there. 3/4 Flashy Flying Angel. When she hits the battlefield, exile target non-angel creature control, and then return the card to the battlefield under control. So she just flickers the creature. I had only put 2 in the deck because she cannot target another Restoration Angel. She also can't target Chroma if I only have this to save a Chroma. So maybe I should take a Chroma out. I started looking at these. So the deck. Bleed Splicer, Power Toughness is 1. Arbiter, Power 2. Thalia Guardian Thraben, Power 2. Walls of Omen, Power 0. And I got to thinking, Maybe I should put one of these on the sideboard. It costs a lot for the deck. It costs 5. And then it has lead, or I evoke it for 6. Or I flicker it, which is the name of the deck, or the theme of the deck. It flickers things. And I can get my stuff back. So I can be more aggressive with the blade splicers. Or, to reduce the mana cost, I could just put in Vesper Lark. So you go from 5 to 3. Still has lead, is still the same thing. Instead of 4/3, it's a 2/1. Evoke is 1 and a white instead of 5 and a white. But it can only bring back creature power 1 or less. So it can bring back a Giver of Runes, it can bring back a Wall of Omens, it can bring back a Blade Splicer. But again, it allows me to be more aggressive with them. And the deck is also supposed to have 4 Eldrazi temples. I don't have any. I don't have any at all. I just don't use them. So I'm going to put these in instead of the Fields of Ruin to take the place of them for a while, to practice them, to see how good I'm sure they're going to be good. Of course, the deck also wants to play other Eldrazi, not just the Displacers. It also wants to play Thought-Knot Seer. It wants to play, what is it, Strangle Root Ravager? Strangle something? Anyway. So if I put in the 2 Restoration Angels in the main, plus the Wall of Omens, I took out the Archon Samaria, so I need to take out 2 other things. Well, let's look at the things that only have 1 ofs in the deck. And that's probably the place to start as far as the cuts. So everything else is a 4 of. So there's the Blade Splicer. Comes down, I get a 3/3 colorless Golem creature. Flicker her, get another creature, another Golem creature. If I put in one of the Larks, then when she dies, I can bring her back. Get more value. I can block with her, I can attack with her more aggressively, like I was saying. So the Field of Ruin, so to spend 2 to activate Field of Ruin, and then spend 2 to pay for his ability to ignore, to pay 2 to ignore his ability of players can't search libraries. 4 mana, it was a bit much. So that's not working. So losing the Field of Ruins for Drowsy Temples probably isn't that bad. What else is good? That's the Displacer. There's 4 of those, the 4 of those in the deck. He's pretty key. Flicker Wisp. I'd love to get foil ones. I really would, but they're still expensive, I think. I need to look that up. The price could have dropped drastically because things fall out of favor. Certain decks and certain strategies just fall out of favor in Modern. People quit playing it. So what have I got here? So I've got Fiend Hunter. Although he'd be good at the Lark. So maybe I should keep him. Of course, when he comes into play, exile another target creature. If I can exile him, when that ability goes on the stack, then the second ability never triggers. Because he comes into play. Exile him, this ability goes off. Exile another target creature. Well, it doesn't come back. So I should probably keep him. I really want to keep a Chroma. I think I've had her work once. But the thing is, so you play her morph. You play her face down. Like that. Just like that. That's what she would look like. And then Restoration Angel, Flicker Wisp, something flips her over. Takes her out of the game, brings her right back, and she comes into play as 6/6. Flying, Trample, Protection, White, Protection, Blue. Fire breathing. But I can't spend the fire. And the Stone Cloaker. He was a way of dealing with cards in graveyards, but I don't know if I really need it. Most of the decks I play against, it's really not that critical. So if I take these 2 out, and I take the Archons of Emeria out, that gives me space for the 2 Walls of Omen and the 2 Restoration. I need to get some perfect fits for those. Those are... the sleeves are in another room. So anyway, so put these in. Put these in so I have 4 of them. Take these out. Because like I said, 2, sacrifice it, and it only hits non-basic lands. So spending that much mana is not really working. So put in these placeholders for, they're still temples. They're just not Eldrazi temples, but they're going to pretend to be. They're going to be trans temples. They're going to pretend to be temples. And then the sideboard. So the sideboard is 4 Auric Champions, which a lot of my decks play a lot of creatures. And against burn, it's pretty good. Against squirrels, it's really good because squirrels plays a lot of tokens. Mind Sensor, great if most of the decks in my suite, my modern suite, run fetch lands, most of them. Even Mind Sensor says, yeah, good luck finding what you're looking for in the top 4 cards, you library motherfucker. I've got one of these guys. He's basically the Fiend Hunter for artifacts or enchantments. Same thing, he comes into play, and if I exile him, before this goes, in response to this going on the stack, he comes into play as a new object, deck is on the stack, permanently exile something. Maybe I should put him in the main deck instead of the Fiend Hunter. That might be a good idea. Fragmentize, destroy artifact or enchantment with CMC 4 or less. So this hits pretty much everything. This hits swords, this hits worship, this hits pretty much everything I would want to hit among my suite of modern decks. And then there's these. When I was building the deck, I just took some cards I had and I made a sideboard. I made a stack of 15 cards and I called it a sideboard. It wasn't a very good sideboard. So these are only good against burn. Only. No other reason. But the deck really doesn't do that bad against burn. I'm not sure that the Vespal Arc or the Revel Arc are going to be that great. I'm going to put them in the sideboard just to play with them, just to experiment with them. Because why not? But these guys, I expect these guys to do some good work. So that's the changes today. That's what I've got going on, is trying to get this modern deck to work better. Speaking of that, my Bant 4 swords, it's not quite satisfactory. I'm not quite sure what to do about it. What I think I should do is just look up what are the good blue, green, and white cards with ward, and maybe put more ward cards in, because that's the new hexproof. Although, not really. The creature can still be targeted, just limitations. Tomorrow I'm supposed to go with Cube, play some Magic. None of that, I need to get a sleeve for that temple down there. So none of the other lads has said if they're coming or not. Long Pete, he just got a new job, so he's pretty involved. He works longer hours because he's trying to figure everything out, which is fair, which is fine. He's got to feed himself. I saw the Genie today. Oddly enough, I just bumped into him out in town. He just isn't that much into Magic right now, which is fair. And everybody has their points where they need to take a break for the game. Roman, not sure what's going on with him. Slinger's still in France. So, and then there's Big Izzy. Maybe he'll come, but he's a student, so he's got an early bedtime. He always plays 1 or 2 games and he leaves, and we're like, don't you want to play another one? He says, yes, but I have to get back to the school. You forget how far that is. Yes, we do. We're sorry. Thank you for coming for the time you could. So if nobody else confirms, then it's going to be Modern again with Cube. And I'll record some of those games for your pleasure and amusement.